You just spent $40 million on a boat whose only job is to shuttle cars back and forth across water. Not a cruise ship, not a cargo freighter, a floating parking deck that drives itself across a strait, a bay or a river. And somehow, this simple shuttle boat is one of the most dependable little cash machines in transportation. Welcome to the steady, practical world of owning a car ferry. Because today, you own a moving bridge that solves a problem no actual bridge could solve affordably. Every single crossing, every single day. Let's talk about what you actually purchased. A car ferry isn't really a shipping business, it's a fixed transportation route that just happens to float instead of sitting on concrete. Somewhere out there, a body of water separates two communities that would otherwise need an enormous, expensive bridge or tunnel. Maybe the water is too wide or too deep for a bridge to ever make financial sense. Maybe seasonal tourist traffic alone justifies a route that wouldn't otherwise need one. Your ferry is the practical shortcut across the water, and shortcuts like that command reliable pricing. Car ferries generally fall into two categories: government-run public ferry systems and privately owned or concession-operated ferries that companies like yours can actually run. You've landed a concession-operated route, and that changes your entire relationship with local authorities. Unlike a fully public ferry, you set your own pricing within limits, manage your own crew and maintenance, and keep the profits instead of routing them through a transit agency budget. Historically, ferries trace back centuries, long before bridges and tunnels became common ways to cross rivers, bays, and straits. The model barely changed at its core. Load vehicles on one side, sail across, unload on the other side, repeat all day. So how does buying a car ferry actually work? You don't browse a boat dealership for a route this specialized. These deals happen through maritime brokers, transportation concessions, or direct negotiations with municipalities looking to privatize ferry operations. Your $40 million price tag covers the vessel itself, the docking infrastructure, and the exclusive right to operate the route for a set number of years. If your route carries commuters daily instead of just seasonal tourists, that steady demand alone can significantly increase what buyers are willing to pay. Before you sign anything, you had to survive months of technical and financial due diligence. Marine engineers inspected the hull, engines, and safety systems for wear and remaining operational life. Traffic analysts studied vehicle crossing patterns to confirm demand would stay strong across different seasons. Lawyers checked whether your concession agreement guaranteed exclusive rights or could be challenged by a new bridge project someday. And regulators had to approve the transfer because maritime safety oversight for passenger and vehicle vessels is extremely strict. Financing a purchase this size rarely comes from one source. You likely combined your own capital, maritime asset-backed loans, and financing from lenders who specialize in transportation infrastructure. That's the interesting part of ferry ownership. Your vessel is both a boat and a piece of essential local infrastructure at the same time. Your first morning as the owner starts before the first sailing of the day. Crew members are already running pre-departure checks on the engines, ramps, and safety equipment. You watch the first line of cars roll onto the vehicle deck, engines idling as the crew directs traffic into place. Every vehicle that boards pays a fare based on size, whether it's a small sedan or a full-size truck. Every sailing carries dozens of vehicles at once, making each crossing far more efficient than running individual boats per car. Multiply that by a dozen or more sailings a day, and the revenue potential becomes obvious very quickly. You check the wheelhouse, where navigation systems, weather data, and engine diagnostics update constantly during each crossing. This isn't just a boat ride, it's a logistics operation, tracking every sailing, every vehicle count, every maintenance cycle around the clock. Now let's follow the money, because this is where car ferry economics get genuinely fascinating. Your revenue comes almost entirely from fares, but pricing varies significantly based on vehicle type and passenger count. Passenger vehicles typically pay a standard fare that covers most of your daily ridership. Commercial trucks and larger vehicles pay significantly more, since they take up more deck space per crossing. Some routes add seasonal surge pricing during peak tourist months to capture extra demand. Others rely on steady commuter passes that guarantee predictable, if lower, revenue year-round. On a well-run route, daily revenue can range from $10,000 to well over $100,000, depending on route length and traffic volume. Annualized, that's millions of dollars flowing in from a single vessel that, once running, requires no roads, no bridges, and relatively simple infrastructure. Your expenses are concentrated in a few major categories. Fuel costs are significant, since marine engines burn substantial amounts of diesel on every single crossing. Crew costs cover captains, deckhands, and safety personnel required for every sailing throughout operating hours. Maintenance costs are steady but serious, since salt water and constant use wear down hulls, engines, and mechanical systems quickly. Insurance costs are steep, because insuring a vessel that carries passengers and vehicles over open water is never cheap. Many well-run car ferry routes operate with profit margins between 25 and 45%. Solid numbers for essential transportation infrastructure. Of course, nothing this steady comes without serious headaches. Problem number 1, weather disruption. Storms, fog, or rough seas can force sailing cancellations, instantly cutting off a day's worth of revenue. Problem number 2, fuel price volatility. Sudden spikes in diesel prices can significantly squeeze your margins on every single crossing. Problem number 3, seasonal demand swings. Tourist-heavy routes can see revenue crash during the off-season when vehicle traffic drops sharply. Problem number 4, bridge competition. If a new bridge or tunnel gets built connecting the same 2 points, your entire route can become obsolete overnight. Problem number 5, mechanical failure risk. An engine or hull issue can take your vessel out of service for days or weeks during expensive repairs. And problem number 6, maybe the scariest one, concession expiration. When your operating agreement eventually expires, the local government could choose not to renew it or open the route to competition. That means even a highly reliable route can, in theory, lose its exclusivity and profitability with very little warning. So, is owning a car ferry actually worth it? Financially, few transportation assets combine this level of essential utility with genuinely manageable operating complexity. Communities separated by water need a reliable way to cross, regardless of the broader economic climate. Commuters and tourists alike keep needing to get from one side to the other every single day. Your ferry captures a slice of essential daily movement, because as long as water separates 2 places people need to reach, someone needs to run the crossing. But you're not just buying a boat, you're buying weather exposure, fuel cost risk, and a ticking concession clock all at once. The smartest owners treat their ferry less like a personal cash machine and more like essential local infrastructure that happens to generate solid returns. Keep your maintenance schedule flawless, keep your fuel costs managed, and keep your relationship with local regulators strong. Do that, and your $40 million car ferry could generate steady, dependable returns for the life of your concession, quietly connecting communities the entire time. So congratulations, you didn't just buy a car ferry, you bought a floating bridge across the water, one crossing, one vehicle, and one fare at a time.